I want to walk you through the Gage County Law Enforcement Center and give you a look at how this facility operates day to day, along with some of the challenges we're facing with an aging building. The original house was built in 1917 and the jail portion was built in 1977. On the left, you can see the most recently renovated part of the building. This space is used for fingerprinting, communication with staff, and allows families to speak with inmates in an ADA-compliant area. As we move through, you'll see staff areas, including the break room, restrooms, and locker rooms that support daily operations. This is the inmate supply area and also where our servers are located. It is not ideal. Sensitive IT equipment should be in a secure, dedicated space, not in an open access area like this. This was the original lobby where visits used to take place. It's now used for file storage and deliveries. Everything brought into the jail has to come up these stairs, with trucks parking out on the street, which is inefficient and not ideal. We are now entering the house section that was built in 1917. Because of the age and the old tile roofing, we regularly deal with roof leaks and maintenance issues. This room is the interview room, where we do breathalyzer tests, interviews, and other meetings, but it lacks the level of professionalism you would expect for those types of interactions. Up these sets of stairs is the old sheriff's living quarters, which is now primarily used for storage. This area is used for food storage, but it is not very well temperature controlled, which creates challenges for storing supplies properly. This bathroom has been a consistent source of plumbing backups, which we'll see more of later. Going through the pantry and into the kitchen, this is where meals were prepared for inmates when the sheriff's wife cooked meals. It is now used as office space for the kitchen staff. On the left, you see a set of stairs that go down into the basement. We will be coming up those later. Another set of stairs that go up to the old original house jail cells. As we go up these stairs, you will notice water damage from ongoing roof leaks. At the top, we will look into the room on the right, where 2 old jail cells are now being used for storage. This is just one of many areas throughout the facility where space has been repurposed for storage. As you can see, we have another room across the way for uniform storage. This is the nurse's station. As you can see, we do not have a secure file storage, and exams cannot be performed here because it is outside of the inmate area. In the corner is the professional room where attorneys meet with inmates. This kitchen area is not secure, which means inmates cannot assist with food preparation. Because of that, we rely on outside vendors, increasing operational costs. As we walk outside of the old house, we enter into the sally port, where individuals are brought into the facility. It's secured by a basic garage-style door, which is not ideal. This area houses the vehicles used for transport. When a deputy arrives with a detainee, they first push the button to notify staff that they are entering the facility. Once cleared, they pull the vehicle into the sally port so the intake process can begin. They secure their weapons and check out keys before proceeding. As you can see, space is very tight. Removing a detained individual from a vehicle, especially if they are resisting, can be dangerous for both staff and the individual. Once inside, jail staff begin the intake process with a pat-down search to search for anything that could pose a safety risk. After that, the individual is scanned using this machine to make sure nothing is being concealed before they move further into the jail. Then they enter the facility, change out of their personal clothes into jail-issued clothing in a very small and confined space. Here is where we transition into the secure inmate holding part of the facility using an old set of keys. These first set of cells on the right are minimum security cells. The detainee is escorted into the booking room where they are processed. The room is small and creates safety concerns due to the limited space for staff to safely manage individuals. This is the gym area, accessed down narrow stairs, which can cause issues for staff if they need to handle any rowdy inmates. It lacks natural light and is the only space inmates have outside of their own jail cells. These cells are used for higher risk situations, including when someone may be experiencing a mental health crisis. They do not have direct natural light and instead rely on limited borrowed light from the outer area. As you can see, these cells are not padded, and the layout makes it difficult for staff to safely monitor what's happening inside. With limited visibility and camera coverage, it can be challenging to intervene quickly if something goes wrong, creating safety concerns for both the individual and staff. This is the laundry room, which is not a secure area for inmates, so it is not a job that they can help do. This is central control, where the staff monitor the facility. It is a very small space located along a main traffic area. This boiler dates back to 1977, and the air handler systems are from early 1990s. While they are still functioning, they are well beyond their expected lifespan. As they continue to age, we are seeing more frequent repairs and increasing costs. The return air design relies on the cavity above the hallway instead of ductwork. As a result, airflow isn't evenly distributed, especially on the far ends of the facility, leading to inconsistent temperatures and poor air quality. This is the plumbing chase, where the maintenance crew can access the plumbing for the jail cells. As you can see, it's a very tight space, which makes it difficult to retrofit new valves and fittings, especially since newer parts don't always fit within the original space. As we enter the southwest corner of the facility, you can see several of the ongoing issues we are dealing with. Here, we recently discovered a plumbing leak. Instead of digging up the yard and tearing into the wall to locate it right away, a temporary fix was put in place to keep things operational while we work towards a more permanent solution. You'll also notice the electrical limitations. There's only a single outlet available in this area, which is a result of the original infrastructure not being designed to handle today's electrical needs. That leads to extension cords and limited capacity throughout the building. These cells do not have direct natural light. There are some borrowed light from the other areas, but it is not the same as having proper windows, and it is not ideal for the individuals housed here or for the staff working in this space. This program room is very small and not adequate for rehabilitation or programming. It's also where medical exams are conducted. These electrical panels here serve the entire jail facility. They are in an area accessible by inmates, and they are already at full capacity with no room for additional breakers. This is the drunk tank. It has no natural light and very limited space. This is where people go when they have too much fun or when they need to be restrained to a smaller area for their own safety and the safety of the staff. This is the only area we have to house female inmates, and you can see where the temporary plumbing fix comes in to the supply water. This area is also located outside of the main secure portion of the facility, which creates additional challenges. The cells here are just as limited when it comes to lighting, with only some borrowed natural light. The layout also makes it difficult for staff to properly monitor inmates and safely intervene when needed. Now we're going to head downstairs to the deputies area. This is where deputies begin and end their shifts. It's where they upload their video footage, complete reports, and handle the day-to-day administrative side of their work. This is also where their equipment is stored and charged, so it's a central place for everything they need before heading out and when they return. This is the situation room, which is used for meetings, briefings, and interviews. When a potential new employee comes in for an interview, this is what they see, including all of the courts. The investigator room is not as secure as it should be, especially considering the sensitive files and information handled there. This old boiler room is located in the basement of the 1917 portion of the building and really speaks for itself in terms of the facility's age and condition. Over to the right, we have more file storage. This area is where the sewer backups occur, putting these important records at risk of damage. In the back of this room, we also have some weather-related water damage, as you can see on these bricks here. This former coal room is also showing its age and is now used for storage. This facility continues to operate, but it's clear that aging infrastructure, safety concerns, and inefficiencies present ongoing challenges for both the staff and inmates. Thank you for taking time to go on this virtual tour.